Hello, I'm Karl and I'm part of the maths team at Pearson. We just wanted to tell you a bit more about assessment for the new GCSE Maths 9-1 qualification and how we're approaching it. We're keenly aware, through talking to teachers, of the need for clear language in all of our GCSE assessments. You've told us that it's not simply about keeping the number of words to a minimum. The length and familiarity of words and the context that they are used in, as well as the number of words on a line, are all factors in helping to determine the accessibility of a question on an exam paper. We've worked hard to achieve this accessibility, for example by using simple and short sentence structures to ensure that the language doesn't get in the way of the maths, and by using contexts that should be familiar to the target age group. Every word used in our questions has a purpose and helps to clearly define the question. As you'll know, the new 9-1 grading structure replaces the familiar A* to G grading. Our foundation papers are designed to be accessible to all learners working towards grades 1 to 5 and build their confidence through a gradual increase in difficulty. Similarly, our higher papers gradually progress the level of difficulty to cover grades 4 to 9 and allow students to access the paper while still stretching the most able students. We've spoken to lots of you who've said you're concerned about how best to prepare your borderline students for a grade 4 or 5 at GCSE. These are the overlap grades between foundation and higher tiers, and you'll notice in our papers that common questions targeted at these grades appear towards the end of foundation and at the start of higher papers respectively, to help provide continuity between the two tiers. We're also in the process of creating bespoke crossover papers like the old intermediate papers, which we plan to make available on the Maths Emporium to help provide guidance over tier of entry. Our papers begin with lower demand questions to encourage students' engagement and build confidence early on. The foundation papers typically start with short 1-mark questions, usually assessing basic number skills, to ease students into the paper. Recent evidence has shown that this is a more effective method of summative assessment than multiple choice, which can sometimes encourage guessing in an exam and therefore not equip students for the problem-solving and reasoning elements. So, there is a gradual ramping of demand throughout the papers at both tiers, with progression towards questions that target the higher grades. The level of demand also increases within some questions themselves to increase accessibility throughout the paper. By structuring our papers in this way, we hope to increase the amount of assessment material that students will be able to access in the exam. Through all the changes to GCSE Maths, we've been keen to retain familiarity of look and feel in our assessments and in the clarity of our mark schemes. When you look at our papers, you'll see the same clear layout of questions that we've used in the past. You will notice large, clear diagrams. Often in a question, both visual and written representation of a context is provided, as research shows that multiple representations can help different types of learners access the same material. The exams will be sat at the end of the course, just as they are with the current linear system. So to keep your students on track, we're providing you with a whole series of new practice tests with mark schemes, as well as topic tests, secure mocks, and much more in the way of support to help you track your students' progress, both on individual topics and at key milestones throughout the course. Many teachers have told us they're concerned by challenging content that has migrated to foundation tier, particularly trigonometry. We've addressed this by ensuring, where possible, that questions assessing the new foundation content are straightforward, without too much problem solving or contextualisation. Our own in-house maths expert is on hand to provide you with answers to your queries, free useful support materials like schemes of work and practice papers, and teaching news updates via our unique Maths Emporium. Do also visit our website to download all the latest support documents, including our latest sample assessments and specimen papers.